On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Congressperson.
A person who belongs to a Congress, especially a member of the U.S. House of Representatives, congressman. Congressperson is used to avoid gender discrimination.
Examples:
hawkish congressperson, former congressperson. The term of a congressperson is 2 years.
Hemisphere.
Half of the terrestrial globe, half of a sphere.
Examples:
Northern hemisphere, cerebral hemisphere. This weather pattern is unique to the southern hemisphere.
Gap.
To talk or chat informally and at length, often in a relaxed or gossipy manner. To engage in idle or frivolous conversation. Noun, casual conversation or idle chatter.
Examples:
Gab on the cellular telephone. Have a great gab session. We often gab about our favorite books and movies during our road trips.
Devastate.
To wreck a place or an area or cause significant damage.
Examples:
Devastate an area. Devastate the economy. Earthquakes can also trigger tsunamis, which devastate coastal areas.
Sob.
To cry or weep with short, sudden sounds.
Examples:
Sob out a story. Sob quietly. She sobbed uncontrollably after hearing the news.
Wordless.
Lacking words or speech, silent, without verbal expression or explanation.
Examples:
Wordless indication. Wordless wonder. The ending of the movie left the audience in wordless awe.
Tack.
A method of changing the course of a sailing vessel by turning the bow through the wind so that the wind switches from one side of the vessel to the other. A course of action or strategy, particularly in politics or business. Verb, to fasten or attach something, such as pinning or nailing an object in place.
Examples:
Change tack. Tack to the refrigerator door. I need to change the tack of the sailboat to avoid hitting the rocks.
Singe.
To burn something slightly or superficially, usually by mistake.
Examples:
Singe off the hair over the flames. Singe the edges of a fabric. I didn't realize the iron was still hot and singed my dress.
Enunciate.
To say, pronounce, or utter words clearly.
Examples:
Enunciate a new strategy. Enunciate each word. The doctrine of the country was enunciated by its first king.
Descend.
To move downward and lower, to come from or to be connected by a relationship of blood.
Examples:
Descend a steep hill. Descend by elevator. She was descended from an old Italian noble family.
Poignant.
Evoking a keen sense of sadness or regret, emotionally moving, deeply affecting or touching.
Examples:
Poignant moment. Poignant memories. The movie's poignant ending left most of the audience in tears.
Preeminent.
Superior, excellent, and surpassing others in a specific field.
Examples:
Preeminent firm. Preeminent in technical skill. She was considered the preeminent expert in her field.
Neuroscience.
The scientific study of the function, structure, and disorder of the brain and the nervous system.
Examples:
The branch of neuroscience. A theoretical concept in neuroscience. Our university is famous for its professors, who are well-versed in behavioral neuroscience.
Proponent.
A person who supports an idea or pleads for a cause.
Examples:
Enthusiastic proponent. Proponent of world peace. Einstein was a proponent of the theory of relativity.
Melodic.
Having a pleasant or harmonious sound, especially in relation to music.
Examples:
Melodic scale. Transcribe melodic patterns. She played a melodic piece on the piano.
Intonation.
The rise and fall of the voice pitch in speaking.
Examples:
Question intonation. An unchanging intonation. Some questions have a rising intonation in English.
Aphasia.
A language disorder that affects a person's ability to use or understand words, often caused by brain damage, such as stroke, brain injury, or neurological condition, which can result in difficulty speaking, writing, reading, or comprehending language.
Examples:
Global aphasia. Amnesic aphasia. After her stroke, my grandmother suffered from expressive aphasia, making it difficult for her to articulate her thoughts.
Rewire.
To replace or repair the wiring of something, especially an electrical system, to make significant changes in one's thoughts or behavior patterns.
Examples:
Rewire a house. Rewire a program. I need to rewire the faulty electrical system in my house to prevent a fire.
Homologous.
Having the same or similar structure, position, or function, particularly in different species or organisms, related by common ancestry.
Examples:
Homologous genes. Homologous structures. Homologous recombination is a process that can occur during DNA repair.
Prefrontal.
In or about the foremost part of the frontal lobe of the brain.
Examples:
Prefrontal bone. Prefrontal region. Research shows that damage to the prefrontal cortex leads to increased aggression.
Cerebellum.
The part of the brain at the back of the head that plays an important role in motor control, balance, and coordination.
Examples:
Cerebellum function. Development of cerebellum. An injury to the cerebellum can cause difficulty with walking, speaking, and maintaining posture.
Neuropsychiatric.
Relating to mental disorders that have a neurological or physiological basis, or to the study of the interplay between neurological and psychiatric phenomena.
Examples:
Neuropsychiatric disorder. Neuropsychiatric evaluation. Researchers are studying the neuropsychiatric effects of certain medications on the brain.
Tremor.
A small earthquake or shaking or vibrating.
Examples:
A tremor of delight. Tremor frequency. The bad tremor caused several buildings to collapse.
Gait.
A person's manner of walking, running, or moving on foot, a particular pattern or style of movement or locomotion.
Examples:
Awkward gait. Brisk gait. The older woman's gait was slow and unsteady.
Alzheimer.
A neurodegenerative disease that causes memory loss, cognitive decline, and behavioral issues, is the most common cause of dementia in older adults.
Examples:
Alzheimer's brain. Alzheimer's risk factors. My grandmother has Alzheimer's disease, requires special care and attention from her caregivers.
Dementia.
A severe decline in cognitive function, especially memory, as a result of disease or injury.
Examples:
Dementia patients probably have dementia. The study found that regular exercise can help to prevent the onset of dementia in older age.
Ulterior.
Existing beyond what is obvious or apparent, intentionally concealed or kept hidden, lying beneath the surface.
Examples:
Ulterior meaning. Ulterior plan. The politician had ulterior motives for supporting the bill, which was later uncovered by the media.
Crossroad.
A place where two or more roads or paths cross or intersect, a point of decision or choice, often involving significant consequences.
Examples:
Critical crossroad. Major crossroad. I'm at a career crossroads and unsure which path to take.
Medicinal.
Of or relating to the treatment or cure of disease.
Examples:
Medicinal chemistry. traditional medicinal. The medicinal properties of this herb have been known to help with various ailments.
Fearless.
Having no fear, brave.
Examples:
Fearless attitude. Fearless bravery. The fearless firefighter rushed into the burning building to save a trapped child.
Disfigure.
To spoil or mar the appearance of something or someone by damaging or altering its shape, features, or proportions, to cause physical deformity or injury.
Examples:
Disfigure my face. Disfigure the artwork. The scars from the car accident disfigured his left arm horribly.
Obsession.
The state in which a person's mind is filled with thoughts of one single object or particular person.
Examples:
Obsession with character. National obsession. Gambling became an obsession for him, and he eventually lost everything.
Philharmonic.
Relating to a symphony orchestra or group of musicians playing classical music.
Examples:
National Philharmonic. Philharmonic concert. The Philharmonic Orchestra played an incredible concert last night.
Conservatory.
A place where plants are grown and cultivated, often for scientific or educational purposes. A school or institution that provides training in music, dance, or other performing arts.
Examples:
Conservatory of music. Conservatory plant. The conservatory program offered advanced training in acting and theater production.
Audition.
A performance or test given by an actor, musician, or other performers to demonstrate their abilities and suitability for a particular role or position.
Examples:
Music audition. Dance audition. I have an audition for a role in a play tomorrow.
Waltz.
A ballroom dance in triple time that originated in Vienna and is characterized by a flowing, graceful style and a strong accent on the first beat of each measure.
Examples:
Waltz music. Elegant waltz. The dancers practiced the steps of the waltz meticulously to perfect their performance.
Profoundly.
To a great or complete degree, deeply.
Examples:
Profoundly insightful. Sleep profoundly. The novel affected her profoundly, causing her to question her beliefs and values.
Psychotic.
Relating to or characterized by a loss of touch with reality, exhibiting or suffering from a severe mental disorder characterized by delusions, hallucinations, or disordered thinking.
Examples:
Psychotic medication. Psychotic episode. Her husband's death caused her to experience a psychotic break.
Skid.
To slide or slip on a surface, especially in an uncontrolled or unsafe manner. To come to a sudden halt or stop with a scraping or sliding noise. Noun, a sliding or slipping motion of a vehicle, usually sideways or out of control, due to a loss of traction with the road surface.
Examples:
Cause the tires to skid. Skid steer. The car started to skid on the icy road, but the driver was able to regain control.
Beacon.
A light or other visible object serving as a signal, guide, or warning.
Examples:
An aerial beacon. Beacon of hope. The lighthouse served as a beacon to guide ships safely into port.
Soloist.
A person who performs a solo, especially a solo musician or singer.
Examples:
A vocal soloist. Soloist musician. The soloist's performance was the highlight of the concert.
Schizophrenia.
A severe mental disorder in which a person has a distorted view of reality and may experience hallucinations, delusions, and disordered thinking and behavior.
Examples:
Schizophrenia spectrum disorder. Schizophrenia treatment. The schizophrenia patient was experiencing severe auditory hallucinations.
Primal.
Of or relating to the earliest stage of development, fundamental, primitive.
Examples:
Primal eras. Primal fear. The primal instincts of the animal kicked in when it was threatened.
Psyche.
The human soul, mind, or spirit.
Examples:
Deep psyche. Psyche healing. The therapist helped her understand the workings of her psyche and how to cope with her anxiety.
Outrage.
An intense feeling of anger or indignation in response to something that is perceived as unfair, unjust, or offensive, a public display of anger or protest against such injustices.
Examples:
Public outrage. Outrage over injustice. There was widespread outrage over the government's handling of the situation.
Bunker.
A concrete shelter or underground room, typically for storing ammunition or protecting people from enemy fire. A hazard on a golf course, a large container for storing fuel.
Examples:
Coal bunker. Bunker facility. The soldiers took cover in the dugout bunker during the bombing.
Symphony.
A long musical composition in Western classical music for orchestra, usually with 3 or 4 main parts called movements.
Examples:
A symphony orchestra. A beautiful symphony. The frequent performances of the symphony prove its popularity.
Incarcerate.
To put or keep somebody in prison or in a place from which they cannot escape.
Examples:
Incarcerate the murderer. Incarcerate her for life. He was incarcerated for the duration of the war.
Aft.
The opposite of forward, located at or towards the rear or back of a ship, aircraft, or other vehicle.
Examples:
Aft cabin. Aft view. The aft section of the ship suffered significant damage after the collision with the reef.
Palsy.
A condition characterized by the loss or impairment of movement or sensation due to damage or disease affecting the nervous system, paralysis or weakness.
Examples:
Muscle palsy. Cerebral palsy. Some people with Parkinson's disease may experience tremors and palsy in their limbs.
Tuxedo.
Also tux, a formal suit of clothing for men, typically consisting of a black jacket with satin lapels and trousers with a stripe down the side, worn with a bow tie.
Examples:
Black tuxedo. Tuxedo jacket. The waiter wore a freshly pressed tuxedo to serve at the upscale restaurant. Conduit. A channel, pipe, or tube that is used to direct the flow of fluids or other material from one place to another, figuratively, a means of communication or channel for transmitting information, ideas, or concepts.
Examples:
Water conduit. Electrical conduit. The conduit between the two buildings carried water and electricity.
Transcend.
To rise above or go beyond the limits of something.
Examples:
Transcend boundaries. Transcend limits. The music transcended cultural barriers and reached audiences globally. Acronym. A word formed from the first letter of each word in a phrase, such as NASA, National Aeronautics and Space Administration, or AIDS, Acquired Immune Deficiency Syndrome.
Examples:
Acronym definition. Use an acronym. Radar is an acronym for radio detection and ranging. Synchronous. Occurring or operating at the same time or pace, happening simultaneously, coordinated or synchronized.
Examples:
Synchronous communication. Synchronous learning. The group of performers perfectly executed the synchronous dance routine. Compel. To force or require someone to do something, to exert a strong, irresistible force or pressure that makes someone act in a certain way. Examples: compel a person to submission. Compel attention. The strict deadlines will compel the team to work efficiently. Empathy. The ability to share another person's feelings or experiences by imagining that person's situation.
Examples:
Full of empathy. Empathy for patients. Empathy is also necessary to understand history.
Humanize.
To make something or someone more humane or compassionate, to make something more relatable or understandable to humans.
Examples:
Humanize my pet. Humanize a room. The charity event aims to humanize the homeless rather than treat them as mere statistics.
Incarceration.
The state of being confined in prison or jail.
Examples:
Mass incarceration. Incarceration rates. The judge sentenced him to 5 years of incarceration for embezzlement.
Instill.
To impart, introduce, or cause to be absorbed gradually.
Examples:
Instill confidence. Instill medication into my eye. The teacher attempted to instill the importance of hard work in her students.